another video, and the framing is crooked.
What we do here is go back.
Welcome back to another episode of the Brandon Experience. On today's episode, we are going to be addressing our stimulus checks. So now that the dollar bills are rolling in, kind of. So that leads us to today's video topic. Our industry is comprised of many self-employed individuals and independent contractors who have been hit hard. Just overnight, a lot of people were unable to generate their usual income. So, upon consulting with a financial expert, I was able to come up with 4 ways that you can maximize your stimulus check. Now, this does work great for us in our industry, and as my channel is tailored to, because that is what affects my target audience. These are also some very practical tips that you could put into play if you're not self-employed, even if you're not a hairstylist, a barber, nail tech, or someone else from our industry. So let's get into this. So the first thing you want to take a look at with your stimulus check is what your savings account looks like. That's right. Save, save, save. Rule number 1 for finances is always to pay yourself first. Uncertain times are going to happen, and we are experiencing one right now. A lot of us are feeling the sting of not having a substantial emergency fund or some type of savings account to fall back on. These are uncertain times still. We might have to open and perhaps sadly even close again depending on how things go. We're not going to get caught again. A good option to utilize is a savings account. The banks are really getting creative now. There are various financial institutions that have set up programs that will help to maximize saving but keep it simple at the same time. One of the accounts that was recommended to me was through American Express. They're offering 1.6% on their savings accounts with a $0 minimum balance. American Express has an online account that you can utilize. You can start it up from home, transfer the money, and have your money in a safe place. It's also backed and guaranteed by the FDIC, so you don't have to worry about your money going anywhere should things go south. HSBC was another one that was mentioned. They have a 1.7%, and they only require $1 to open the account. I would recommend that you do your homework and see which financial structure would fit you best. The best option would be speak with a banker or talk to an outside financial expert so that you can get the best decision for your situation. It's been said that a rainy day or emergency fund account should cover about 3 to 6 months of your expenses. So in that amount, we should be able to cover our rent or mortgage, utilities, food, gas, health insurance premiums, or any out-of-pocket expenses that we would need should we get sick. Various insurances such as our renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, car insurance should be included in that as well. Also want to account for our transportation. If we have a car payment, perhaps if we're leasing a vehicle, or if we own our vehicle, we want to account for things that might go wrong. If we need to do repairs on that vehicle, or maybe we'll need a new set of tires. During a time of need, our transportation is what helps us to continue to make money. So to figure out what you need for that 3 to 6 month fund, just calculate what you would need for an entire month, everything that you would need to spend worst case scenario, and multiply that out. That will let you know how much you need in your emergency fund. As a single person, if you receive $1,200 for your stimulus, chances are that's probably not enough, but it is a good start. For us that are self-employed, it is even more crucial. We don't have paid time off. So we have to pay into all of those things and pay ourselves for our paid time off. So it is uber important for us to have an emergency fund, even more so perhaps than a person that might have a more typical type of employment. But again, I think this is a great recommendation for anybody. So our first step was our emergency fund. So if you're comfortable with that, now we're going to focus on knocking out some of who we owe. So we've paid ourselves, now it's time to pay someone else. As of Q4 in 2019, they said that the American citizens owed $930 billion in debt. Can you believe that that was credit card debt only? So, with that being said, reach out to your credit card company. Apple pairs with Goldman Sachs for their Apple Card, and they were offering to waive your payment and interest. Capital One, I know, was offering to reduce your interest rate for about 6 to 7 months. So even if you don't perhaps need it, why not take advantage of this time to get your interest rates lower so that you can knock out some of that debt? Start with your credit cards that have the highest percentage. A quote from the financial expert, he said that paying off credit card debt is a guaranteed return on your investment instantly. So how do we handle our student loans? Well, the recommendation was to not make excessive payments on your student loans right now if you don't have to. Talk to your loan service provider and see what options you have before you throw down too much money on that. So now you have your emergency fund taken care of, your debts are in a good situation, so that leads us to step number 3, which is to invest, but carefully. We want to invest in specific things and pay attention to what we are investing in. If you don't know much about stocks or things like that, get the education on it before you start throwing your money into it. So then what can we invest in? Well, we are business owners, so a great first step would be to invest in your business. Invest in yourself. So what are some ways that we can invest into our business? Well, let's make sure that our insurance is paid up. Let's take a look at our licenses. Let's take a look at continuing education. These are things that we have to maintain so that we can continue our cash flow in the future. Now is also the time to invest in our image. Our brand image is crucial. Everything is super visual right now. Everybody is on social media. So the things that we put out have a direct effect on our income. A good step would be to hire a brand consultant. So what exactly would a brand consultant do? Well, now investing in a brand consultant, someone can take a look at your business, approach it humbly. They might tell you some things that you really don't want to hear, but they will help you look at your business from a different perspective and help you correct some things perhaps. Getting a good brand analysis is one of the best investments that you can make for your brand right now. If you're ready to elevate your brand and you want to take it to the next level, coming out of this situation, you want to come back strong, hit your boy up. I'm more than willing to help you out. I read a quote online recently that said, we're not going to continue to say fake it till we make it. We're going to start to say act as if. So let's start acting as if we are that $1 million business that we want our brand to be. What about new skills and techniques? Now's a good time to invest in them. Coursework that will help us to sharpen our skills so that when we come back, they're not dull. So remember, with our stimulus checks, this isn't blow money. This is grow money. I just came up with that. I should tweet that. That was good. Point number 4 would be to donate or to assist others. Lots of others in our industry or outside of our industry overnight lost their income and are not in a good financial situation. This is an excellent time for us to support others. So many of us got into this industry because of our love for hair, our love for art or creativity and styling, but the huge part of staying in our industry has to do with our love of people. We love to transform people. We love to make people feel beautiful on the inside and out. We know that when we turn that client around and they have had a rough time and we just gave it our all, and then the look on their faces when they just feel amazing on the other side, it just does something to us. That is a part of what fuels us and keeps us in this industry. So with that being said, we're not allowing this time to cause that to stop. We are going to continue that. We continue to give back. We continue to transform. We continue to help others if we have the circumstances to do so. Whether it be others in our industry, clients, there are so many other individuals who may not be as fortunate as we are. So what a wonderful thing to do. Coronavirus doesn't stop the way that we want to help people. Nonprofits are at an all-time high for the amount of demand that has been placed upon them. So maybe this is a good time to pay it back or pay it forward, whatever way you want to say it. We could afford just a little bit to support someone else. It really goes a long way. We just don't know how much that could mean to someone who's struggling. So save your receipts. Write it off on your taxes. Use this time to assist someone else in their time of darkness and give their world a little bit of light right now. If you or someone else that you know may benefit from some of these tips, please give this video a like and drop some comments down below. Let me know, what are some things that you are doing to make the most of your stimulus check? So until next time, everybody be well. I have so much more content on the way for you all, and I will see you all on our next video. You all like my hat? I thought I was about to lift this thing up on camera. We not that close. We get there.